Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem testified before a Senate committee today. And during the hearing, Hawaii Senator Mazie Hirono shared stories of American citizens she says were violently accosted by ICE. They include Reverend David Black, who says ICE agents shot him with pepper balls as he was offering prayer during demonstrations.
In this photo, the man with the clergy collar is surrounded by multiple DHS agents. Yes or no?
Yes.
Showing you a picture, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
That is what the American people saw. This man is Reverend David Black, who is the senior pastor of the First Presbyterian Church of Chicago.
Senator Hirono demanded that ICE agents remove their masks and warrantless searches and stop patrolling communities.